Hello, everyone, and welcome back to round 4 of the PC King of the Rain Championship. We're in Belgium at Spa, and I'm in the Force India, starting from 7th on the grid, and Miko is starting 4th on the grid in a McLaren.
Hey guys, and completing the top 4, of course, Alex has ended up on pole, and Linus is second, and Onich is starting just behind Alex at third position.
Another great fake qualifying from Alex and Onage.
Yeah,
So this should be an
but
interesting race. Everyone knows Spa, of course. It's got to be a personal, it's got to be a top 3 track for just about everyone in here, I'd imagine.
yeah, I think so too. Of course, the famous rouge, and actually, we're recording after of course, the Belgian Grand Prix, and actually the Spa race was quite boring, I think.
Yeah. Probably one of the worst spa races I've seen. Vettel wasn't even really pushing and was still in double digits ahead of Alonso. So hopefully we'll see a little bit better action from this one. Of course, it's only 5 laps, and it's a mixed grid, so that should definitely make things pretty interesting. The Force India, I feel pretty good about going into the race. It's not a bad car at all, so I was pretty happy to be in the Force India. 7th though, pretty much right in the middle of the grid, which is where I wanted to be either near the front or near the back, so I could avoid the carnage as much as possible. So 7th wasn't optimal, but fortunately there's no say in this.
Yeah, of course the McLaren is actually quite good. I think that the back end is quite tail happy, but otherwise it's a good car.
Yeah. And, Spa is just one of those tracks that even when you're doing poorly, it's fun to drive. Even if you're in last place, it's always a pleasure driving around Spa. Kimmy agrees. It's a real F1 track made for F1 cars.
Yeah, that's true. So here we are at the grid. You're 7th.
Right behind Yorkie and Ben.
Yeah.
And 5 lights, and we are away, and we're racing in Spa. And it looks like everyone's gotten a pretty good start at the front. No position changes just yet. Looks like Ben's braked a little late, gone up the inside there. Oh, and there's some contact with Captain Ryden that has blocked you from coming out of that corner. A little bit of lag from David, who ghosted inside you there. Ben and Ho's going to slot in behind David in front of you. Back on board with me, going through a rouge here. And
Yeah.
Linios.
Oh, Linus goes
Oh no!
really out of shape. Goes to the wall.
Yeah. He had
And
some
there
sort
is
of moment.
carnage behind.
He's had some sort of moment. Let's see it from your point of view here, Miko. Going in into a rouge behind Ben. Kept a nice tight line, a little bit of a lift, and there we see Linios, and there he is. Holy cow! Took out the DRS sign, and it's still carnage back there, even after you got past him.
Yeah, that's true.
Back on board with myself here, and braking very early, going into that corner after the Kemmel straight for Lacombe, and that is letting all sorts of people by now, unfortunately.
Yeah. Now on 5th and losing a position to Ben there, so you're 6th. Oh, and you lost the back end, so I've gone past and Yorkie's got past.
All the way down to 8th now. Not
Yeah.
great. As Linios
Really-
rightfully retires.
Yeah.
He did lose his entire front wing and got a front puncture. We know in retrospect.
Yeah. If you want to see the video from Linus's perspective, we'll put the link of his video to the description if you want to see it.
Yep, it's very interesting. And here we are coming towards the end of Sector 2 in lap 1, on board with Miko, who is behind Ben, who is his teammate for this race, of course. And we got Yorkie behind, not far behind either. It's pretty tight up at the front. You can see from the mini-map there are 4 people that seem to have dropped back, but besides those 4, it's pretty tight up at the front here as we go into the bus stop chicane. And it looks like Ben's having a little bit of a look at David, but David's got a much better exit out of there, so no chance there. And you've saved a little bit of curves for the start-finish straight to keep Yorkie behind. We're
Yeah,
going into
so
La Source.
not a bad first lap. I lost 2 positions, but that was actually from the scrambling in La Source
Yeah,
because of Captain Raiden and
exactly. You did good to stay out of the carnage, just barely stayed out of the carnage, but went a little wide through a rouge there. Got a little bit of corner cut warning, nothing too bad though. Saving a lot of curves actually. I believe I was using all of my curves for the long straights. Nailing your braking point, going through Lacombe.
yeah, trying to save a little curves for the long straight at coming out of Stavelo and
Right.
through Blanchimont.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, it's pretty similar length to the Camel Straight, so definitely good to have some curves for it if you can. And Yorkie is right up behind you. Had a little bit of a messy couple of corners there. Ben's been able to pull a little bit of a gap now to you. Very tight line going through Puan, and we're coming through into these high-speed S's here. Keeping a tight line for that first one to get a better line for this second one. And very nice, hanging on to it. Oh, looks like Yorkie's catching up though. He's having a little bit of a peek. Can see his proximity arrow down at the bottom there. And going to Rich. Oh wow, he is very close.
I'm not sure if I put some wing on my cars because he's closing up pretty fast now.
Yeah, he is right on you there. Going into the bus stop chicane. Wow, braking a little late there. Oh no, and just locked both fronts, went right off the track. And that has allowed quite a few people by. Here comes chicane. He's going to be getting by as well. Right down to 10th place, unfortunately, as we start the third lap. And back on board with me now.
Yeah, what happened there was I accidentally put my left wheel on the grass, so I couldn't get the car to stop.
Yep.
So that was purely a mistake of mine. So
once the front tires lock up in the rain too, that's pretty much game over. Really not much else you can do. And I do have full gears on this, so I am hitting top speed, 215 miles an hour, going down into the Lacombe corner, and braking a little bit better this time, not quite as bad. Sticking with Yorkie. And doing my best to try and catch up with him. I'd love to have a little nice side-by-side battle with him. So hopefully I can stick it around Ravage and down to... Nope, staying in third for the corner with no name. Got a pretty good run out of there. I think that might have been the best I took that corner all race. And we're going into Puhan and barely hanging in there.
yeah, this looks like there's a train of cars in front of you. Maybe I think 5 cars.
Oh, it looked like a little bit of lag there. I don't know if you saw that. It looked like there was a little lag moment there, but I didn't lose too much time, maybe a 10th at most. And it may have affected everyone else too.
I would suspect that's Alex and Onich at the front.
Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
And we're coming to Blanchimont now. And wow, 2 cars are side by side, Yorkie and Fat first. And it looks like Yorkie's actually gotten by him through Blanchimont in the full wet. That's very impressive stuff from Yorkie. And it looks like Fat first went a little deep into the bus stop chicane. I thought about having a little look, but just wasn't going to happen. And so now I got to be very defensive with Mikey coming from behind me there. Braking early going into La Source because I have the inside line and need to brake a little bit earlier. And
a bad exit here.
There goes Mikey.
Yeah.
That's Sauber with its top speed. He probably used more curves than myself as well. I knew it was over, so I went ahead, saved a good amount of curves, and I'm going to use the rest of it in 7th gear, coming out of Eau Rouge, down the Kemmel Straight. See if I can nail the braking for this one. Nope, still braking much earlier than the people up front, but it's keeping me out of trouble at least. So having a clean race if nothing else.
Yeah, big battle at front.
And looks like Mikey's gotten by Fat first as well. Oh, and he's gone wide in Ravage, and I stuck to the inside line in staying in 1st gear, and completely missing the apex through the corner with no name.
Yeah. Going to Puhan then. down 2 gears, I think. And Fat First is really behind you now.
Yeah, he got a much better run through that series of corners.
Going very wide. If he tries anything.
Oh, with one wheel on the grass. Yeah, and he's coming alongside. He's going to have the inside line for this corner.
And you lost the back end. Losing an end plate there.
Went to Rich Mix and floored the gas to try and get a nice run out of the going through Curve Paul Frere, and trying to see what I could do to maybe get that position back, but just wasn't happening after losing the back end like that. Back on board with Miko now. We're going through Blanchimont towards the bus stop chicane, and we have chicane up ahead.
As you can see, that's you.
Yep.
The chicane, so.
Yep, and that is me in 8th, chicane in 9th, and we're on board with Miko in 10th. And chicane didn't get the best exit coming out of that bus stop chicane, but it looks like you didn't really either, unfortunately. So not closing the gap. Staying in 2nd for La Source. Interesting. Is that for better traction coming out the end, or did you mean to go to 1st?
I think that was a mistake.
Gotcha. Yep, went a little bit wide. Looks like that's allowed chicane to pull a little bit of a gap. And nicely done through a rouge. Very, just barely hanging on to it, but hanging on to it nonetheless. And topping out, going into Lickholm and trying to stick with chicane here. He's not making it easy though.
Looks like you're safe at the moment.
Yep, yeah. It looks like if I could just keep it on the track, then I'm probably safe from chicane. And, oh no, we had a big oversteer moment coming out of Ravage there, and that has allowed chicane to pull a very nice gap now. And this is the last lap, of course. So unfortunately, not looking like you're going to be able to make that position back.
Yeah, fortunately the gap to Barcelona looked like something, the sorts of 26 seconds or something like so.
Yep. So
he's not gonna go and pressurize me on. Even if I got a penalty now, that wouldn't make a difference. So.
Yeah, absolutely, and of course, just by getting 10th, your point scoring streak continues in this 5th race now. So scoring points in 5 out of the 5 first races is certainly an impressive feat. And Alex Gillen comes home with the win. No surprises there. And coming through the bus stop chicane, and I'm gonna come home in 8th place with chicane in 9th, and Miko, you taking 10th position. Well, it was certainly an exciting race. Can't say it was boring.
Yeah, the first corners were quite crazy.
Absolutely, and very clean racing. No penalties at all for the entire grid for this race. So even with all the craziness and the battling that was going on, not a single penalty from any of the drivers. Really just goes to show the quality of racing that you see in ARL.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know what happened at the back, why the other guys were so much more behind, but I think that was because of the aftermath of Linneos's crash.
Yes, yeah, I think that's very likely. Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't asked anybody what happened. As you can see, there's a big gap from Smuffler to Barcelona at the end. It ended up being about 25 seconds. So I mean, yeah, that's almost a full pit stop. But yeah, up at the top, very very close racing. 10 seconds separating 4th down all the way down to 10th. So very good stuff. Very very close, clean racing from everyone here in Spa.
Yeah, certainly.
And what are we going to be seeing next? What's the next race up on the calendar here?
Yeah, the next race is the 6th race of the season of the tournament, and it will be the British Grand Prix at Silverstone.
Okay, and so yeah, now we're getting into the top 3 most popular tracks. Remember everyone, of course, this is reverse popularity. So actually, Silverstone was voted on more than Spa, which is surprising to me. But we do have quite a few British people in the league, so.
Yeah, that's true. So I guess we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for watching. Bye bye.
Thanks.